Welcome. This is Kristen Crabtree with the Lance Edwards Group. We have a special treat for you today. We're interviewing an apartment champion who is here to share her story about how she closed her first deals after starting to work with Lance Edwards. Please help me welcome Caroline Maki. Okay, so I'm going to start like I usually do with just talking about some of the facts of her deals. And it is important to note that she's made quite a bit of money and she owes that all to Lance, which I'm sure she'll be talking about. So the deals that we'll start with talking about are a 27 unit place, a 28 unit apartment, 8 units, and then 14 and 4 that were by the same seller. She mostly has done wholesale, and she's made the money from wholesaling plus real estate commission. She is a real estate agent in Atlanta, Georgia, and she works for KW, Keller Williams. So she did have prior real estate experience and still does. She's been a broker for 44 years in multiple states. Her profit strategy was a combination of wholesaling and utilizing her real estate license to get some commission that way. I said she was located. Yeah. So she is in Atlanta. Her deals have been in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Alabama. She made $100K on her first wholesale deal, then $37K, $44K, $101K. So her first year, she earned about $400,000, which is pretty exciting. So we'll get into a little bit more of that. She only invested earnest money in the deal. The deals were cash. The properties did need work. So she's done a lot. So we've got plenty to talk about today. So Caroline, before we get started, why don't you share a little about your personal and professional background?
Okay, thank you, Kristen, for inviting me to share my thoughts in regards to Lance Edwards and his system. I am a real estate broker and have been for 44 years. And I'm currently right now with Keller Williams in Atlanta, Georgia. I am married and I have got 4 grown children. What I wanted to do is, when I came across Lance Edwards, I basically wanted to take my business to the next level. Okay. And I have paid a lot of money, and I'm talking about tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars with coaches throughout my 44 years. And Lance Edwards is probably up in the top 5% of all the coaches that I've been coached by. So I would highly recommend his system. And I will go into some of my deals if that's where you would like for me to go, Kristen, at this time. With my many years of real estate experience, I will tell you that I won't tell you what it was like taking this system of his. It was like drinking water out of a fire hydrant. Okay. And that's with all the experience that I've got. Okay. So what I had to do is I just had to take it. And I knew that with me spending this much money for his system, that I was not going to quit until I reaped the amount of money that I paid for his system. I was not going to quit until I got that money back. And so one of my advices is for you, don't quit. Okay. But it is like drinking water out of a fire hydrant.
So you mentioned that you started working with Lance because you wanted to take your business to the next level. So why did you start pursuing multifamily investing, and where did you get stuck? Why did you decide to work with Lance?
Well, I will tell you this, that most brokers, real estate brokers, they either specialize in residential or commercial. Okay. I was a residential broker for many, many years. And then I decided that I was tired of that. I was tired of riding people around. I was tired of listing houses. I wanted to know what else was out there. So I became a commercial broker. So I started specializing in commercial deals, and I started looking for a coach. As I had said, that I had many, many coaches, and I firmly believe in coaches. It's just like all athletes, they have coaches. So if it wasn't for the coaching that I've had in the past, I would not be where I am today. So I decided that, what is it that I need to take my business to the next level? And I knew that I wanted to not necessarily be in the office or in the office commercial I wanted to be in multifamily. So that's when I started looking for somebody who was going to be the coach to coach me to be successful in multifamily. And that is when I found Lance Edwards.
Okay, great. So what are you trying to, or what were you trying to solve through real estate investing, specifically small apartments? What were you looking to do?
Well, my main goal was to be able to make, a big income because I was tired of making 10, 15, 20,000 here and there with residential houses. And so I decided when I went into commercial, now commercial deals, a lot of times you make a larger commission, but they take longer to close a lot of times. So with this, I could integrate the wholesale end of it. And that's what Lance taught me how to do along with my real estate. And so I was looking for a way to increase my income and not spend so much time, riding people around. So that's why I went into the commercial end of it.
Okay. And do you want to share with us anything, and you don't have to, but about your financial situation before you began investing?
Well, I will tell you this. I mean, I have always been successful in anything that I have tried to endeavor in. And the reason being is because of my attitude. Failure is not an option. And I have always been financially successful. It's just that I just wanted to find an easier, better way to bring income in. I had been prophesied over many years ago that I would be making money for the kingdom. So I needed to find a way to where I could accomplish what I think God has put me on this earth to do. And that is to make money for the kingdom.
Okay. So do you have a specific financial goal?
No, not really, other than good Lord's going to lead me where he wants to take me. And, I would say maybe a couple of $1 million of income a year would help the kingdom out pretty well.
Okay. And you've made reference to the kingdom now a couple of times. So when you say that you, want to do God's will to provide for the kingdom, does that mean that you want to provide for people in need, or like what does that mean to you?
Well, I just want the money to do what I need to do and where God leads me. Right now, I am working on a project which is I'm right now a certified affordable housing provider, which I help people who the mission is to help deserving families get into homes that would not otherwise be able to get into homes. They might have had a bad credit. They might have had a divorce situation. They could have had, just certain things in their life that has hit them upside the head where they can't go to a bank or a lender such as a bank or a mortgage company to get a loan. So my goal is to help that type of person and put them into homes, because I believe that what it does is when people are in a home as opposed to an apartment, it's contributing to a better lifestyle for their family. And it's a proven fact that children raised in homes have got a better opportunity than children that are raised in apartments. So that is my goal. One of the goals that I'm going forward in right now is to help people get into homes, whether they are multifamily or single family. The goal is to make the money to help them get into a home of their own.
Okay. So what would you say is your ultimate dream?
Well, let me just say this. Throughout my life, I have been gathering the pieces of the puzzle to put together this big dream of mine, which is to make money. And I've already got the residential down pat. I feel like I've got the multifamily down pat. Now I'm always looking for education and looking for ways to put the pieces of the puzzle together in order for me to accomplish what I think God has put me on this earth to do. So that is my dream.
Okay. You've talked about the affordable housing. Is there some other clarity that you've gotten around what you believe God has put you on this earth to do that you want to share?
Well, nothing other than be a blessing to a lot of people and to affect the world, not only in the lives of children, but also in families, and also to try to find a correction to the corruption in our government. That's one thing that's really big for me. Is I believe that our government, there's a lot of corruption, and I'm involved in certain situations to where we are finding a way to where we can correct that corruption.
Okay, great. So what obstacles did you face when you got started with multifamily?
Well, I really didn't face any obstacles other than taking the time. It took me a lot of time to study his system. And like I say, it was like drinking out of a fire hydrant, water out of a fire hydrant. So I was on every Monday night call. I was attended every boot camp. So these were things where I had to invest a lot of time in order to be successful. And he will give you the system and tell you what you need to do to be successful. You just got to follow it. You got to engage in the system.
How has investing in real estate impacted other areas of your life?
Well, it's afforded me the ability to make a real good income and for me to live the lifestyle that I want to live. I want to get to the point to where it's automated. I do have a team which helps me with this, and I want to be able to travel and do things like that to where I have people working for me that can do these things for me while I'm out traveling.
Okay. What did you hope would happen that hasn't?
I can't think of anything that has not. That has not happened. I just know that I am on a journey to fulfill God's purpose in my life, and I know that that I am headed in that direction to fulfill the purpose that He has put me on this earth for. And I'm gathering all the tools that I need in order to put the big picture together, such as the residential knowledge, the multifamily knowledge, the different things, the affordable housing knowledge, the investor knowledge, different things like that. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm putting together the puzzle. So at some point in time, I will have that puzzle completed.
Okay. And what has happened that surprised you?
I don't think I've ever had, I don't think I've really had any surprises other than, it just takes a lot of hard work and effort to be successful in anything that you do. So as far as surprises, I don't think I've had any surprises, because I knew where I was heading and I knew I was going to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish, because like I say, I'm the type of person that I don't quit until I'm at the top of my game. And everything that I have endeavored to do, I have gone to the top of my game.
Okay. So throughout your life, when you have hit hurdles, and you mentioned like the time demands of, the small apartment investing and wholesaling, what's made you push through? Like, why have you pushed past the obstacles?
That's a real good question. Well, because I put in a bunch of money into Lance Edwards' system. I went with the platinum package, which is the highest package that he offers. And like I say, I think at that time it was like $59,000, and I had to pull money out of my 401k in order to do it. And I was determined that I was not going to quit until I got that money back and was able to put it back into my 401k. So I'm not a quitter. Failure is not an option.
Fantastic. So I was going to ask what strengths you possess that helped you along the way. It sounds like not being a quitter was one of them. Are there any other strengths that you naturally possess that you feel helped you?
Yes, I'm a sponge for knowledge. I seek out the knowledge from people such as Lance Edwards and such as the other coaches that I have been coached by, because I'm a firm believer that I don't want to go back and reinvent the wheel. If I can pay for knowledge that somebody has spent years and years and years accumulating, such as what Lance Edwards has done, why not just pay the price to get his systems and to get his knowledge? Because to me, that's cutting down the time frame, as opposed to me going out there and trying to go through all the knocks and everything like that on trying to gain that knowledge. It's better for me to pay for it and to have a coach me to where I want to be.
Did you have any personal characteristics that maybe worked against you in the beginning?
No, like, give me an example of what you might be speaking of. Just give me some clarity.
Maybe not having patience, or not being able to delegate, or just anything that you feel was something that you had to learn to adapt to or learn to overcome within your own personality characteristics.
Well, yes, I have. I'm a workaholic, so that is a characteristic that I am trying to enhance on not being a workaholic. And like I say, I've got a team. One of the struggles is teaching my team the knowledge that I have gained from Lance's system. And I have got several people on my team who do know how to do the doable deal generator, which is the DDG. And by the way, that is an invaluable software package that he offers. And I will tell you this, that just to come into his organization and to be able to get that software package, it was worth every penny that I paid, because it cuts down on time of analyzing a deal. It tells you if it's a doable deal or not. So that really helps. So I have taught some people on my team how to do that. So I don't have much patience. I'm not a really good manager or trainer. So that's one of my weaknesses. I will say that.
Okay. What has changed about like who you are since you started down this path, or in what ways do you think this process has made you a different person?
Well, that's a difficult question to ask, because I know that everything that I am doing is just like creating the character that God wants me to have. It has helped me understand the processes of actually wholesaling. It has everything that I have endeavored to do, whether it's residential, multifamily, whatever, what it's doing, it's giving me the knowledge and the character to be able to turn around, even though I don't like to teach, but it allows me to turn around and show other people the successes that I have had based on how I've gone about obtaining those successes. Okay, so that's what I would say. It's added to my character by the hard work, and people know what type of person that I am. They know that I'm a successful. They know that I'm top of my game. They know that that I know what I'm talking about, and that I don't quit until I become an expert in that area.
So you've talked about being successful at everything you do, about kind of nailing the residential housing component, being a realtor, being an agent. What would you say was limiting you when you had all this success? What was limiting you to go beyond? I think you used the term to take it to the next level or something. Like,
Yeah.
where was that sticking point, or why weren't you able to achieve that without reaching out to a coach?
Well, let me just say this. Even though I have been very, very successful in everything that I have touched, I am a very humble person. Okay. I'm not cocky or arrogant. I want to share my knowledge with whoever I can share it with. So you got to go back to the question again.
Like, what was the sticking point? You were successful before small apartments, before Lance.
Yes. Yes.
So you said that you were trying to push to the next level or take it to the next level. So where was that sticking point? Like, what made you have to do something different, do something new?
Well, I just knew that I had to, because like I say, I'm being led by higher power, and things that have made me successful are getting to the coaches that I need to teach me what I know that I need to be taught. Okay. And I get a lot of guidance, like I say, from my higher power, and I pray a lot, and that, along with my coaches and the systems that they've got into place, is what has caused me to be successful. And like I said, I'm not an arrogant person. I'm very humble, and I appreciate everything that Lance Edwards has done for me. And I really appreciate his system, because he doesn't know how he's affecting a lot of people in the world that have taken his system. So I do give him kudos for that. In fact, like I said, I don't know if I told you before, but I do believe in all the coaches that I have coached me. I do believe that he's probably in the top 5%.
Did you discover anything about yourself that surprised you?
No, not
Okay.
really. I knew I wasn't going to quit until I was successful. But that's just my character, and that's just my work ethic.
Okay. So I want you to imagine yourself 5 years from now. How has your life changed at that point?
Well, I'm on not only am I adding the tools to my tool belt, such as the multifamily, but I'm also going in a direction to where I am a founder of a company, a part of many founders of this company that has taken artificial intelligence, and we are working on some futuristic tools and processes. And hopefully I will be able to take my real estate knowledge and to be able to put that into this company so that the products that we will be coming out with that are futuristic will help the world and will help humanity, because we've also got a section of this company which is called Oh Bless that we will be giving to different people all throughout the world to help children have fresh water and help people in poverty. We're raising the level of poverty, so of humanity, and we're doing that through the heart. So that's where I see myself in about 5 years. But helping this company integrate or possibly develop the real estate portion of it.
Okay. And just for when I write the story, you said, oh, bless. Is that OHBLE?
No, it's O-Bless. That's just one of the products. That's just in the company that it has not launched yet, but that is Oh Bless will be putting a lot of money into that product right there that will, like I say, bless and raise up humanity.
Okay. I know that you have some advice to offer to others. So would you like to share that?
Yes. I would say that be on every Monday night call, attend as many boot camps as you can, because each boot camp you will glean a golden nugget that you haven't heard before. So attend as many of those as you can. If you can afford the coaching, I highly, highly, highly recommend that. I was coached one-on-one by one of Lance's coaches, Hoku, who is exceptional. She's an exceptional coach. And also on the Monday nights and on the boot camps, Ivan Susic, and on the boot camps, Bob, I think his last name is Hightower, but anyway, they are just excellent, excellent coaches. So I would advise anybody that gets into the program that can afford it is to, I mean, I don't care if you got to go get the money out of your 401k or wherever, just do it and just don't quit. And like I say, don't give up, you will get it. And like I say, if I am a 44-year experienced real estate broker and I thought it was like drinking water out of a fire hydrant, it's probably going to be doubly worse for somebody who does not have that real estate experience. So my advice is just don't give up and just stay engaged. And the best way to stay engaged is to take a risk, go get money. If you don't have the money, get it from somewhere, borrow it from a family member. And like I say, just don't quit until you get the return on your investment back. And it's been a very successful system for me, and I'm glad that I was able to participate in it. And I have paid my money back to my 401k.
Great. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, not really. I think we pretty much hit everything. No, other than I would encourage anybody to take his system because he is one of the best.
Fantastic. Thank you, Caroline.
You're welcome.
With Lance Edwards, this is Kristen Crabtree. Please join us again when we interview our next department champion. If you'd like to learn how you could be our next department champion, please call our office at 281-667-3638. You're only one deal away.